clear.
Station 8, are you clear?
Station 8's clear.
7, are you clear?
7's clear. 6 is clear.
5 is clear. 4's okay. Station 2 is clear. 2 is clear.
1 is clear.
And we're ready to ride.
Race is ready! Set, go!
The Gravity Sports it's more than just the races. It's the friends, it's the places we get to go.
Instead of working, I thought it was better to skate around, and I ended up doing downhill.
Just decided I didn't want to be on the sideline anymore. I tried it one time and was totally addicted.
Everyone says you're crazy. I said, man, you need to try it.
Saw it on the X Games about 7 years ago and said, that's me, got to do that.
And I think I just grew up riding things downhill. I just have it in my blood.
Fast, it's dangerous. I can hurt myself really bad. It's great.
I was in my first heat with 4 guys, led the whole way, came around the last turn, thought this is it, my chance to be in the Gravity Games on TV, this is going to be cool. And next thing I know, I'm going into a hay bale at 60 miles an hour, bent my leg backwards, broke it, busted up my hands, quite spectacular crash, and at that point decided that maybe racing isn't my forte. So I decided the next best way was going to be to build a grassroots organization that would eventually host events and races and eventually hopefully grow the sport.
This is the second time we've come to a GSI race. We've been to West Virginia last year, was it, John? And yeah, it was a great fun. This track looks really good.
It looks like, you know, it's pretty steep and it looks like we've got some good pavement, so, you know, I haven't been down the hill yet.
York's pretty good. Kind of reminds me of hot heels in Austria.
My concern about this course is that I'm going to run out of shoes because I'm going to be braking a lot of the way down.
And just trying to stay ahead after turn number 2. Turn number 2 is going to decide it, definitely.
The nice 180 hairpins are beautiful. We love the long sweepers.
I saw the pictures of the hill. It looked nuts. Yeah. And I got here. It looks even crazier.
Historic Maine came about GSI's interest to bring new, fast, technical roads to the racing community. Tim Kayer was able to find a website that listed abandoned ski resorts, and we considered that an excellent source.
Okay, what's your name and where are you from?
Roland Morrison. I'm from southern New Jersey, not to be confused with northern New Jersey.
Okay. Hey, Roland, how long have you been doing this?
4 years now we've been racing.
Get a job!
Saw the gravity sports on TV like a lot of other people and thought, boy, I could make one of those, and that was it. The next year, Jenna and I appeared at the gravity games and watched, and we were hooked from there. We started racing.
Story time. So grab a beer and have a beer and tell you about what I do every single day. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this right now. I am working, work is me. Let me tell you this, I work every day. And for that I feel no sorrow. Live today to work tomorrow. 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 Live today to work tomorrow.
Skateboards, street luges, sailboards, you name it, motocross. I was into all kinds of insane stuff.
Let me tell you this, I work every day, and I live today to work tomorrow. Say, Lou, I don't give a what you say. Live today to work tomorrow. One time. Live today to work tomorrow. I live today to work tomorrow. Live today to work tomorrow. Live today to work tomorrow.
Hi, my name is Paul Bussey. I'm from Napa, California. I've been doing street luge and skateboarding all my life, since I was like in high school all the way up through, so I got a good 20 years on it now. Kind of getting a little over the hill for it. I'll be riding in the street luge category, professional, and butt boarding.
Slid out, went onto my rail, started sliding the worst, and came back down, then Hicks bounced into me, gave me a little momentum, and I just got ahead of bomb.
Basically, I'm running a Rogers Brothers pegless luge. I just started butt boarding this year. My teammate John Fryer kind of forced me into it, and so I'm going to give it a shot and see how that goes. And basically, we're just gonna let it all hang out there and see how this thing holds up. I've done a little bit of modification to my board and my handles. I've kind of jacked them up a little bit so I can get my gloves in there and just see how it goes. Hopefully it'll be going good. This looks really fast. I'm expecting probably around 55. I'm gonna definitely put my GPS on and check it out. That straightaway out of that first turn out of there looks really fast. Exiting that looks really like we're gonna get some serious speed. I'm probably 55, I would say.
Okay, we're rolling.
Okay, this is a Take two. This is a lot classic racing board. It's also known as a butt board or a classic luge.
Basically, this is just pretty obviously just a large skateboard we just laid down on this.
Well, these are the Fred Flintstone specials here. Regular Walmart tennis shoes with motorcycle tread glued on the bottom.
This is my Rogers Brothers Street Luge. It's also known as a pegless luge. You'll see some street luges have foot pegs extending out from the front of the board that people can put their feet on. But the newer trend in street luge is to go with a pegless version to where your feet are just extending out the front. It's a little bit safer because you don't take the risk of hooking anybody with the front of the luge, and you can also race a little closer by swinging your feet out of the way.
Helmet is I think it's designed for snowmobile racing, if I'm not mistaken. And the leathers are just good old, pretty much low-priced motorcycle racing leathers. Got for $280, which is pretty good.
This is a brand new luge. I just finished it. It took me about a month every night after work and weekends working on it. It's got 8 wheels and 4 trucks, so it's a little different than these others. I'm hoping it'll give me some more traction in the rain. I'm setting up my board, which is an Halifax board. It's a French board made in the Alps. So please take a look at it. It's pretty nice. With the custom hangers.
Yep, Jim Z, custom speed.
Oversized axles.
Canadian style right there.
Drop through skateboard.
Great, $700 saving. I don't have no aches and pains with this suit.
Okay, yeah, I got that. You do.
Rock solid. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Right.
So this is the latest and greatest in luge design.
I know no one could pass me on this one because my name is Fast Freddy. 1, 2, 3 on the MIC. Yeah. Oh, I got caught. Okay, my name is Fast Freddy from Montreal, and this is Woody from Whistler and Jesse from North Vancouver. And we're Team Street Missile. You know, I was skateboarding and then I was bombing hills, and then I realized it was an actual sport, so I started competing, and yeah, it just went downhill from there.
That's a technical foul.
saw me coming while he was down, and he went like this, and like almost gave me the push. I was trying to double. Besides, when I'm done, I saw your skateboard coming on. There's got the footage up there, Em. It's gonna happen to me. Yeah. Finally, I get through.
My name's Jesse Tyner, and I'm from Vancouver, British Columbia. Well, this is the second race of my career, and I've placed a first and a second place so far today.
Actually, I did pretty bad. Really sore, my shoulder's really sore, and I think I'll stop and go to the hospital as soon as I get back into Canada. Get that checked out. So. Luge and stand-up longboard. I'm going to be doing both. Hopefully it'll be a bit drier out, and hope I can stay on my board.
was trying to catch up with like all the pros and everything. I went into turn 3 and I crashed. And I got a big bruise on my leg and my arm because I was not taking it easy.
Madison County is the home of a pro street luge racer named Beagle Jarvis. Beagle, in training for his X Games appearances, would ride all the back roads around his hometown, terrorizing all the citizens and giving them something to look at as this guy went laying on his back at 70 miles an hour through their towns. Luckily, he saw nothing but support.
This hill is a little bit different than the past two Gravity Fests that we've had. It's a very technical, high-speed hill. Drafting is going to be a big factor, and so is your line and your anticipation to pass. You know, you're waving a $2,600 purse out in front of somebody's nose, so they're going to be pushing for it.
Well, it looks like we have a lot of riders here today. I've run against some of them at former races, and there's definitely some world-class athletes here. I think you can see a representation of probably even guys that ran in the X Games, so it's always nice to ride with guys that are nice and fast.
It's a pretty good race, really nice road. Corners are nice and tight, a little challenging.
It's like very competitive. You have to stay consistent all day. This looks like it's going to be a great hill right here. for some really tight racing this weekend.
It's like, man, I need to take a ride down just to check it out and see how everything's at, where my lines are going to be. And
it looks like it's going to be really fun. It looks pretty long, some really neat turns. I think they're going to see some excitement at some of these turns.
And we've seen first-timers just take it and rip it and beat everybody. So look for some surprises.
I'm going to stick to luge. That boarding is a whole different ball game. I used to do it when I was your age. I can't do sit-ups. I don't do leg lifts. My neck's killing me. My back hurts. I'm 40 pounds overweight. Hey, you know. But it's gravity.
I remember sitting up on Sky Ridge Hill in Fayetteville and talking to my good buddy Ronnie Bruno and saying, one day we're going to do this on TV, one day we're going to be good, and this is going to happen, we're going to have an event. And my dad, I told my dad when I quit, I used to work construction for him. I said, I'm going to be on TV, I'm going to win, and I told him, I said, I'm probably going to be so popular they're going to make an action figure about me.
Yeah, we just didn't have any kind of book or any kind of materials for the sport, so when you start skydiving, there's a book. If you start scuba diving, there's a book, and so I decided there needed to be a book for street luge, and that's why I wrote the Street Luge Survival Guide.
I got to believe if I'd have stayed in construction, I would have never had the time that I've had right now.
I started racing in the late 1970s, and I've raced all around the world. It's a good, great sport.
My name is Christopher Hicks. I'm from Long Island, New York. I race for the Roo Sports Never Ending Session team. About 3 years ago, I raced in the original Madison County race. on the other hill, which was really fast for a first timer. You got to believe that. But I didn't crash, so I had a really great time. And after that, I've been hooked. Little sad John Pryor's not here. I was like looking forward to drafting and passing him and then give him a little wave like this. But I have my friend who races on amateurs. He's part of our team, Mark Dominguez. I would look out for him in AMs and watch out for me in pro.
I see you and me together in holy matrimony. We'll tuck the kids in a little room down the hall, adorned with photos of Lorenzo Lamas on the wall. One day I won't be surprised when you realize happiness is right in front of you. All you had to do was open your eyes.
I personally love the speedboard guys.
They're nuts. They're just nuts.
They're fun to watch. In my mind, they're fun to watch. They race hard. I don't get any issues with them. They're just
great. Really good.
Yeah, they're amazing. I just love them.
All I want to do
biggest advice I can give them is to, you know, you got to have a helmet, you got to have good gloves, you got to have at least some knee pads and some elbow pads. I tried to show my nephew the other day how to ride in a 10-mile parking lot and didn't wear leathers and was on someone else's board and crashed. So yeah, you gotta, it'll eat your skin up real quick. So you gotta wear your safety gear.
Be safe, protective gear, helmets, leathers, gloves, everything. Another way, there's a book out there called Street Luge Survival Guide. Look for it on the internet, find it, tells you how to build a board, race techniques, how to be safe, wear leathers, everything. It's pretty much the Bible that we all go by till somebody writes something better.
We're doing some tech inspection this morning, trying to get the guys' equipment looked over, see if everybody's up to spec on their hardware. See if we got good hardware, grade 8 hardware, something that won't break. See if they're using nylocks on all pieces of equipment such as bolts. Check our truck mounts here for nylock hardware. And of course, most important, see if we have a good secure bolt and a backing nylock for each axle.
You only have one body. You know, don't tear it up too much. Have fun with it, but don't go breaking stuff and scraping things. And you don't want to be on the wrong side of the line if a car is coming.
We were me and Furlong were out riding in Ohio. We had just got done with a newspaper interview and we decided to do a couple more hills. We had about 2 hours left of sunlight, so we didn't really worry about any precautionary stuff. We had 6 people with us, 2 trucks, cameras. Thought we were completely safe and go around the corner and Lady blew through an intersection. I'm so scared. My luge got caught underneath her truck right after the front tire. It flipped over, went over the back of the luge, pressed me down to the ground. It split my helmet in half. That's why we got the chin thing. I had my arm up above my head, so it popped it out. Popped back in when I stood up, luckily. To the hospital, a quick skin graft and some pain pills, and was back on my way.
When I'm at the punk rock show, I don't wanna get hurt, you know. So crazy kids, don't slam around. In the pit, I wanna sit down. Please, oh please, please, please don't kick me. Whoa. Oh, oh. Come on, girl, sit next to me. Why are you so angry? Please don't kick me in the head. 'Cause that's how teens end up dead. Sit in the pit.
Dave Dean from Columbus, Ohio. Ventured down here, a little 4-hour trip. I thought we'd come out, try to win some quick money, quick trophy, and take on the season a little longer. I'm so scared. We got a girl in Granville, Ohio, 2 miles down the road from me. She races skeleton luge for the U.S. Ice Luge team. And I always kind of followed it. It was always in the local papers, so I kind of looked into it. It's kind of hard to get into ice luge in Ohio. It's only icy for about 2 months. I saw Street Luge online, saw it on the X and Gravity games, built a couple out of wood. Me and my buddies have practiced around a little bit, and then sure enough, just grew from there. I went from doing about 1 race a year to now I'm up to almost 13. So.
Jimmy Z.
Of course,
This guy's on a serious road trip. It started on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Then he went
This
to
is my
Mexico
third weekend in as many weeks.
Now he's on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Podiumed in both races,
Yeah,
so he's
Jimmy
looking
too.
for a third.
I've seen Jimmy at all 3 events too now, so.
The street began to be wet, so it's slippery in the corner. We slide a lot of fun.
What are you hoping for Sunday? No rain? Or?
Yeah, I don't care if it's rain. I just want to race. Yeah.
My name's Dwayne Pareto. I'm from New Zealand. My friends, Jim and Ian, they introduced me to it, took me to the highest hills in Montreal and said go ahead, and I kind of followed them and hit the curbs and lost wheels and broke axles, and I'm still at it and loving it.
One of our primary functions is to draw in the new rider. No matter what size we get and how many pros end up racing with us, we're never going to turn away from the beginning rider. That's what makes the sports grow. That is what's going to keep the sports around for many, many years.
Guys that want to get in the sport, they love that stuff. You know, if you're interested in the sport, GSI is a great stepping stone. They set you up, you get the right equipment, you get to ride with the guys that have the experience that will teach you that, you know, the maneuvers and everything. So next thing you know, you're from a novice, you're an amateur, you're competing, you're getting stoked, you're traveling up and down the coast to all the races, and you know, you play your cards right, you get sponsors, and then you turn pro, and GSI is the way to go for the East Coast. It's just great.
They do everything they can to get people up on the hill and get them more practice, and they got some good events and some good roads. A lot of fun to be at.
I can say I've enjoyed their races. They do a nice format in the way that they structure the eliminations. It gives riders, especially new riders, a good opportunity to get a lot of runs without getting eliminated.
We cater to kids right on up to the seasoned professional. We've got something to offer and to challenge all skill levels.
I would like to think that in the future, as word gets out of who we are, what we do, the great events that we run, that will continue to draw people from around the world, and they'll come out and experience one of our events and have some fun with us.
We often get considered as outlaw sports, and when communities open up their arms like Ansted, Munnsville, New York, York, Maine, where we had 3 great events this year, it's just awesome, and we do what we can to give back to these communities. Without them, it would be hard for us to continue.
You like the crashes, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't get too low now.
How you made me move. That's not fair.
Seems to be a lifetime.
He backed out, and as he backed out, I mean, he hit it, and then he just kept right on going and turned around and looked and went back down the hill.
Ansted, West Virginia, Fire on the Mountain began in 1997 by an organization under the name Rail, and they had an idea for a qualifier for the X Games, and they took a fire lookout road, and 1.3 miles and 21 turns later, the Street Luge community was presented with a road paved specifically for street luge racing.
This is the worst course in the world. I'm an athlete. I run track in college, so I'm a little more in shape than some of these old parts, and I can't even hardly take it.
And the main feature is this 60-mile-an-hour straightaway with about a 10-mile-an-hour turn at the bottom that the guys end up playing chicken on who's going to be the last one to hit the brakes and then make the turn. So it makes for exciting racing, and the race is not over until the last few seconds.
3 turns up there that really mislead people. They think they're going to make it, and they get into it, and all of a sudden they realize the turn is more than they expected, and they end up sliding it off.
I feel like I have a chance here because where I ride, there's no long, high-speed roads. It's all twisty-turny, and this is twisty-turny, and I'm right in my element. I'm loving every minute of it.
The course here at Ansted is just unbelievable. It's probably the most technical road I've ever ridden, and everyone leaves the road tired. So that's it.
Bad. I love this hill, man. This is Ansted's the best. If you're not riding Ansted, it's like, where else can you go and ride golf cart past this wide, you know?
Yeah, halfway down that course and you start to cramp up, your abs lock up, you're leaning every which way. You can't hardly keep your head up, you can't put your head down because you can't see. It's wild.
Fastest speed so far has been 58. The first run it was 55, the second they're getting 57. They're getting just a little bit faster each time.
What do you think about, would you do this?
No, I wouldn't do it. But, they're saying they'll break 70 mile an hour before the day's out, so we'll wait and see.
Yeah. My name's Logan Miller. I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I'm a finish carpenter, so I finish the insides of houses. I build custom longboards. I went out to a surfing competition, actually, and they had some dirt surfers on the beach. So I talked to the guy and went for a spin, liked it a lot, and started riding right after that. Peter's competition right now. He's crouching down. He's going a bit faster than I am through the bottom section, but I can catch him at the top. So this is the board I got set up. It's a road racer. You got some slicks on here. The front wheel pivots as you turn, and back here you got a brake, so you just lean back on that and you got a disc brake back here. You can stop pretty quick, so you just put your feet in and go.
A little bit of mountain boarding and mountain biking.
and we came across the dirt surfers, and we liked it. We liked it a lot, so we just started to dedicate ourselves to doing the dirt surfing. We're doing it on golf courses, on roads, old timber roads, that sort of thing.
My name is Helen Morag. I'm here from Las Vegas, Nevada, and I came here with my son, Jeffrey Schoenzeit. Oh, I think he's a little crazy, but I give him a lot of credit for it. I try and support him in his endeavors.
We are the leaders of rock. We want to rule your school. We are the leaders of rock. The kind that makes you drool. Can you smell the flesh? We hope you want us smoke. Because it's really fresh. We are the leaders of rock.
When he was younger, did he have a skateboard? How do you think he got interested in something like this?
As best I can remember, yes, he did have a skateboard. Exactly what got him into this at this stage of life, I'm not sure.
I mean, do you worry about your son going down the hill like that?
No, I don't really worry. I hold my breath sometimes, but no, I don't worry. Life is too short to worry about things, you know.
First, we had 2 gravity bikes out. I shouldn't be announcing this, but in second place, myself.
That was Neil Horta.
Here I am. My name's Neil, Dr. No Horta. I'm from Alexandria, Virginia.
Name's Noah Rutherford from Los Angeles, California, and I do gravity bikes and street luge. This is my first race with GSI. I normally race with IGSA. Having a blast. Of course, crashed a few times, but that's part of racing.
When I raced BMX, he said I raced with surgical precision, almost like a doctor, and thus coined the nickname Dr. No. That was given to me when I was 13 and has stuck with me since.
I started Geo Gravity Bikes at around September of '99. Neil got me into riding gravity bikes. I used to ride with him when he used to live out in California. We'd go to Glendora, Anaheim Hills, wherever there was an open road.
Well, my parents, they lived on a hill. A little driveway was, you know, half a mile long. And I think I just grew up riding things downhill. Big wheels, big spools, wire spools, shopping carts, whatever you can get, we'd throw it together and go down the hill. You know, no helmet, nothing. You know, just flying down the hill, jumping over things, and I just have it in my blood. That, and I didn't drive until I was 31, so anything without a motor intrigues me.
Tim Kosh, I'm from Montreal.
Jenna Morrison, I'm from Southern New Jersey.
Joe Kachoris, I go by Smokin' Joe.
I'm Tony Mistretta. I'm from Pittsburgh.
Victor Schumacher, I'm from Hermitage, Pennsylvania.
kind of messed around on some basically kids' toys, going down hills with no proper protection, and then educated ourselves, and now we're doing it the right way.
Judge a book by its cover, so why you judging me? When I run through a valley, the mind of yours, and it's telling me I need to leave. I can run this like no other when you've had about 23. So when you're in my face, but ain't like a shit to the meter, I'm gonna flee to. I'm trying to be fresh, but man, if I can't tell them gun to my man, so mom and dad give me kids when they don't look at this.
Oh, it's blast, man. It really was. This is an adrenaline rush. It was made out of plywood, the first one. I think everyone's is, you know, just to get on there, so.
Please sit down, I can't see the show. Bitch, you can see the show. If you got eyes, you see. Start moving your feet to the sharp shop beat. What's the matter? Don't know how to rock and roll no more. If I pop a couple of take, I don't sound about. Spit down and out, you know what I'm talking about. She's the 4 PS, what's it out your mouth? So I'm taking on the road of the sick removal. Don't be shy, girl. In a painful procedure, put it in the tape of the DTV. When they're running out 7 miles, smoking a tree. Jam!
Well, they had a race about 7 years ago in Anstead, West Virginia. I happened to be in the area and I stopped by and I watched them race, and I figured that was something I'd like to do, and I figured I could do it.
Fast, it's dangerous, I can hurt myself really bad. It's great.
It's fun to beat the boys. It really is fun to beat the boys. It's really not that hard, not as hard as you think. Need more girls in the sport.
Oh man, I know, and I knew it was going to be bad. When you went off that side, I went, no.
Yeah, I ended up in the ditch. So
I know. I knew you were going for that. That's where you're going to end up when you go off there. And you were doing about 65. We were up close to probably around 70 maybe.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that was the fastest run I've done on a straightaway.
That's freaking.
Well, all of a sudden it's like boom, and you're just like go flying over me, like ding, ding, ding. I'm like, oh my god.
It's all about the fun, having a good time, being with your friends, little healthy competition.
Hopes for the future for GSI is to reach as many people as we can with our enthusiasm.
Now
You know, one of the things that's really nice about their whole attitude is they want everyone to have fun and have a good time and to get as much practice. It's a very sort of a community feel.
They make it so easy to ride. You know, they welcome you with open arms. You know, they look at each rider as an asset, and it's just, the atmosphere is a family. It's about the only way I can say it.
This event has gone over so well, and just, we got so much time on the hill, and you know, everyone's just been so supportive.
Everyone says you're crazy. I said, man, you need to try it. I've hooked up about 3 or 4 friends of mine, and they love it. So that helps when to validate we're not crazy or anything like that.
I hope there's some young ones that come up that will give me a challenge and make me realize this is one heck of a sport, and I love it.
Now that's how it's done.
Yeah, I got it right in the back. Hey, I'll see.
Beagle, tell me a little bit about that toy you got there.
In 1999, Tech Deck did a survey, a national survey, and they took the 6 most popular street lugers by People's Choice in America. And after the surveys with Disney and Tech Deck, it came up that I was the 3rd most popular or most recognized street luger in the United States in 1999, and also I was ranked 3rd in the nation at that time. And they approached me about an action figure and said, "You want to do one with a game?" It was a Biker Sherlock street luge game. And I said, "Sure, I'd love to." So we trademarked my leathers, copyrighted my name, and this is a Beagle Jarvis action figure. It went to 40 states, or 40 countries worldwide. It was all over the United States. We sold 40 million of these Tech Deck. And it was a lot of fun. There's also this is all the guys you can collect. You can see all the guys down through, and then there was a race set with it too. And it was a lot of fun. Everybody kind of, you know, when we do big events, we just go we did a lot of stuff with Make-A-Wish and Ronald McDonald House, and we just take the action figures and give them all the grommets, and they really had a good time with them. They're magnetic, and their feet are magnetic, and you can stick them on your refrigerator. They're great paperweights. We made a joke about it. And they used to sell for $5 in the store, and I saw one on eBay for $49, and I signed it. And it wasn't to anybody. It was just signed. I couldn't believe it. But these are pretty cool. They're really neat. And this one, it looks like it does because it's the only one I got left.
Whatever you can help us with the course tomorrow, we really, really need help.
Yeah, I can do that. Oh yeah, disturb if he wants. Yeah, I pumped up.
Dude, well, this is the 70-mile-an-hour shop, right?
Oh, it is?
Yeah, dude, look. You got fence posts and barbed wire, hog fencing.
That's epic.
I love it.
Perfect.
Rat and Jono, interesting characters. I run with Rat. Rat's a very good rider. He's got a lot of gold medals, a lot more than me. Jono's come back from a real big injury, and it's really good to see riders come back from an injury and be able to get back on the horse and continue to ride.
Good morning. Ready to rock and roll. Qualifying day. Looks like we're gonna have a pretty good weather today if it holds out. So ready to go fast. All right.
Good morning. Welcome to Insanity in 59 seconds. Or Strictly Downhill. Or
Nice, huh?
Yeah.
I came out and raced that race in West Virginia.
Handstand?
Yeah.
You were there?
2 years ago. We did Bridge Day, and then
yeah.
that was fun. That was fun. Yeah. Yeah, it was fun until I got into a fight with Travis Tritt.
It's all over now.
Or you gotta get a haircut like Marcus.
1, 2, 3, let's go.
Ouais, toi, on s'était vu à Alma Prime. On s'était vu en Allemagne. Ah oui, ça va. Ça va? Leather still feel cold.
Well, I follow my dreams, it's all that I know. 'Cause I grew up quick and I grew up tall. And even though I'm better, I still love you both. Yeah, you argue my thoughts and my feelings.
everyone for coming to the race. It's going to be for a benefit for the dental problems we have here with our unreliable kids on the street. Like,
All that's left is to trigger the gun and wash the bullets as they. So pull the trigger, pull the trigger, pull the trigger. Watch the bullets as they. They're killing me. They're killing me. They're killing for me. They're killing me. I try, but what can I do when nothing ever goes my way? I blame it all on you. You'll see dreamer, dream his way. His way. His way. And it's killing me. And it's killing me. And it's killing me. And it's killing me. No, you don't know. You don't know. No, you don't know. You don't know. No, you don't know. You don't know. No, you don't know. She kneels down to the statue on the walls, painted face shows hidden expressions of the past life that he once lived. She cries out to the statue on the wall, asking questions that have no answers. Her eyes are tired, dark circles tell her age. Death after all these years. Crying won't get rid of the tears. So why, God, would you do this to me? It's my whole life, everything that I can be. I can't go on living without him. She stabbed me in the back, and now their relationship has met its. Our relationship has met its. Crying won't get rid of the tears. Supply stations no longer and the love of these two has been despair. Where I should go? I don't know what I should do. I don't know where I should go. Death after all these years. Crying won't get rid of the tears. Supply station is no longer there. And the love of the two has been
Billy Tyler. Billy Tyler, there he goes. Down front. He's doing his street luge on the pro circuit right now at 16 years old. He's out there in front of us. And he's going in. We got a tap coming into this right-hand turn. There he
guys are my hood, man. Chester Hill. They don't call me a king of fun for nothing, man.
At the end of the day, all your work isn't play. How should I feel? This feeling isn't right. I've had a rough night.
And yeah, you got podium here, I guess.
You're gonna fall for the first time of the day.
No! Told you we're the moron twins, but we're not really twins. Did you see that?
And buttboard. Good job. All right, good job, guys. Good job, man.